It's honestly mind-blowing to think about how far we've come in the world of aviation. There was a time when the idea of humans soaring through the skies felt like pure fantasy. First came balloons, slow, fragile, and barely controllable. Then the Wright brothers took flight with their first airplane, and everything changed. Fast forward to today, and we've got personal jets, huge airliners, and space shuttles designed to one day carry us beyond our solar system. But with all this innovation, not every aircraft is built for peace. Some are engineered for sheer destruction. So let us walk you through how these 15 fighter jets could destroy the world in 30 minutes. Number 15. Eurofighter Typhoon. When four powerful countries join forces to build a jet, you expect pretty good results, and the Eurofighter Typhoon delivers. Developed by the UK, Germany, Italy, and Spain, this aircraft was made to last far beyond its debut. While France dipped out of the original group, the rest stuck around and gave birth to a fighter that's still relevant decades later. Designed from the ground up for flexibility, the Typhoon was built to adapt. Over the years, it's gone from light armament to fully equipped multi-role power. It first saw action in 2011 during NATO's Libya campaign, where it handled reconnaissance and precision strikes. Nations have taken different paths with it, some looking to upgrade, others preparing replacements, but the aircraft's legacy holds steady. The Typhoon wasn't just built for a time, it was built to evolve. Whether flying solo or in formation, it's capable of executing complex missions with speed, accuracy, and control. This isn't some museum piece, it's still airborne, still active, and still proving why it really matters. Number 14. Sukhoi Su-35. The Sukhoi Su-35 isn't just another Russian fighter jet, it's a serious threat in the wrong hands. Russia has long been a guy in jet technology going all the way back to World War II, and the Su-35 is a direct evolution of decades of high-stakes engineering. Recently, the jet made headlines because Russia is reportedly selling dozens of these advanced aircraft to Iran, a move that's raised alarms globally. Iran isn't exactly known for keeping peace, and giving them high-performance jets like this only fuels tension. These jets were originally meant for Egypt, but that deal fell through. Iran stepped in, partly due to their strong military ties with Russia, including supplying kamikaze drones in the Ukraine conflict. That's what really worries world powers. The Su-35 isn't just fast and deadly, it dominates in the air, and in a dogfight, it's a serious contender. If these two nations start sharing more weapons, the consequences could ripple far beyond the Middle East. One deal like this can shift the balance fast and dangerously. Number 13. Grumman F-14 Tomcat. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat stands out in U.S. naval aviation history. Developed after lessons learned from brutal dogfights in Vietnam, it became one of the most iconic American fighters ever built. With variable sweep wings and twin engines, it was tailor-made for carrier operations. The Tomcat didn't just replace outdated jets, it redefined what a carrier-based aircraft could do. It was fast, it had reached, and it packed AIM-54 Phoenix missiles capable of hitting targets over 100 miles away. For years, the F-14 was the U.S. Navy's go-to aircraft for both long-range engagements and close-range air superiority. Eventually, it would be phased out and replaced by the F-18 Super Hornet, but that didn't happen overnight. The Tomcat left its mark. Whether flying reconnaissance or locking onto multiple enemy targets in one mission, it handled its role with precision. Even after retirement, its legacy is sealed. This jet was built with intent, fought with purpose, and served at a time when American air power needed a serious upgrade and got one. Number 12. Mikoyan MiG-35. Russia's MiG series has defined air combat for decades, and the MiG-35 is the sharpest evolution yet. This isn't a throwback, it's the frontline model in Russia's current generation of fighters, born from Cold War DNA, but upgraded for today's warfare. The MiG-35 carries high-end avionics, powerful thrust-vectoring engines, and a weapons arsenal that includes anti-ship, anti-radar, and laser-guided missiles. It's designed to survive in heavy conflict zones, fast, nimble, and able to operate at high altitudes while turning on command. Although Russia doesn't have them in huge numbers, each unit adds serious muscle to its air fleet. The MiG-35 can rival modern Western jets like the F-35 in a dogfight, and it's built to overwhelm with mobility and missile loadouts rather than stealth. If you're tracking speed, firepower, and the ability to maneuver out of tough encounters, this jet holds its ground. It's the MiG brand doing what it's always done. Adapt, strike hard, and stay super-duper dangerous without apology. Number 11. F-16 Fighting Falcon. Size isn't the metric that defines the F-16 Falcon. It may look smaller compared to other jets, but what it brings to the table is performance that's been proven over and over again. Designed for speed and agility, the F-16 is still widely respected in modern air combat. Its maneuverability alone gives it an edge in tight dogfights, and the advanced radar allows it to track low-flying targets even in rough conditions. Weather doesn't hold it back. Distance doesn't, either. It can fly over 500 miles, strike its target, and make it home without a scratch. And even if visual contact is impossible, its onboard systems handle targeting with precision. The Falcon has served multiple nations and has adapted to a range of mission types. Whether you're talking air-to-air combat or ground support, this aircraft handles both. It doesn't need to look like the future to still be a threat in the sky. It's compact, consistent, and still a favorite in the US and beyond. Number 10. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 Lightning II isn't just a jet, it's a complete shift in what aerial warfare looks like. Built by Lockheed Martin, it's the US military's crown jewel, and with good reason. This fifth-gen fighter brings stealth, speed, and data integration into one viciously effective machine. It can slip into enemy territory unnoticed, strike with pinpoint accuracy, and disappear before radar systems even blink. With a top speed of Mach 1.6 and the ability to carry 18,000 pounds of firepower, the F-35 isn't showing up to play games. What sets it apart from other boggy-woogies is how it turns the pilot into a battlefield tactician. Its sensor suite gives a 360-degree view of every threat, while its software fuses that intel into real-time awareness. It's also surprisingly adaptable, with variants designed for land bases, aircraft carriers, and short takeoff situations. And yes, it's super expensive, but what it offers is simply unmatched. Allies around the globe are buying in, and enemies are paying attention. The F-35 isn't hype, it's the new standard. Number 9. Shenyang FC-31 Gyrfalcon. The FC-31 didn't start as a scammy government project. It came from a private Chinese firm hoping to prove something big. For a while, it was just a mystery prototype floating around with no clear direction. But over time, that changed. China started testing a naval version of the FC-31, and now it looks like this fighter's going to be a major player in their military plans. Lighter and smaller than the J-20, it fits better on carriers and can be deployed faster when needed. It's got decent stealth, strong radar, and enough weapons to cause real problems. This fighter was never supposed to be the main event, but it's now earning a spot. Some think it'll be China's export-friendly option, while others say it's going to be their next big carrier-based asset. Well, either way, it's made the leap from what is that to we should probably pay attention. When a jet starts off with no backing and ends up in active testing, that says a lot. Number 8. Chengdu J-10 Vigorous Dragon. The J-10 wasn't made to impress by Chinese. It was built to handle business in the sky. Nicknamed the Vigorous Dragon, this Chinese fighter focuses purely on aerial combat. It's not a stealth platform. It's not loaded with gimmicks. It's a no-nonsense interceptor built for domination in dogfights. Its radar system can track 10 targets at once and engage 2 simultaneously. while 11 hardpoints let it carry a wide mix of air-to-air and air-to-ground munitions. The J-10 is fast, responsive, and operates under the kind of budget that makes it viable for wide deployment. While it might not match the J-20 in terms of stealth or next-gen tech, it wasn't supposed to. This is a reliable, aggressive aircraft that's designed to fill squadrons and control airspace quickly. Multiple variants exist, with updated avionics and export models offered to countries like Pakistan. The J-10 doesn't aim to be flashy. It aims to win, and that's exactly what it's designed to do when the skies get hostile. What do you think about it? Let us know. Number set, F-15E Strike Eagle. The F-15E Strike Eagle doesn't waste time trying to be subtle. Built for power and precision, it takes everything the original F-15 offered and turns it into a full-on two-seat war machine. Designed for both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions, this jet isn't just a fighter, it's a tactical hammer. With long-range strike capabilities and a frame built for low-altitude performance, it's hard to track and even harder to stop. Its advanced radar can pick out threats far beyond visual range, locking in targets with ruthless accuracy. The two-pilot setup isn't a gimmick. While one flies, the other handles weapons systems, giving the Strike Eagle a deadly advantage in tricky missions. This aircraft doesn't need to brag. It shows its worth every time it completes a mission and returns before enemies realize they were hit. For the U.S. Air Force, it's not just a reliable asset, it's one they trust to close the deal when the stakes are high and precision is everything. Numbers X. Mikoyan Gurevich Ye-150. The Mikoyan Gurevich Ye-150 wasn't built for long-term service. It was made to win the arms race. Made during the Cold War, this Soviet prototype interceptor was one of many attempts to outpace U.S. aircraft in terms of speed, altitude, and response time. Many versions were made, each meant to experiment with performance under different weapon loads and conditions. The Ye-150 family carried serious power and was designed to climb fast and strike high, intercepting bombers before they reached Soviet airspace. But for all its ambition, this program struggled with reliability. Technical issues, maintenance concerns, and changing priorities meant most variants never made it past testing. None of the Ye-150 aircraft became fully operational, and the whole line was eventually shelved. Still, it reflected the intensity of the era and the USSR's commitment to matching Western advancements. Even if the Ye-150 never went to war, its data fed into future models that would. It's a reminder that not every leap forward ends with a victory lap. Number 5. Chengdu J-20 Stealth Fighter. China's Chengdu J-20 isn't some knockoff. It's their message to the world that they're serious about air dominance. This fifth-generation stealth fighter is built for long-range missions, radar evasion, and fast kills. It made China the second nation on Earth to field an operational stealth fleet right behind the US, and that says a lot. The J-20 is engineered to sneak into contested zones, hit high-value targets, and get out clean. Its design echoes stealth cues from Western jets, but it's not just a copy. China's added its own radar systems, weapon bays, and high-altitude performance tuning. In 2023, the J-20 was caught flying over the East China Sea during mysterious tests that raised more questions than answers. China didn't comment, which only added to the tension. With sensor fusion, electronic warfare capability, and increasing production numbers, this aircraft isn't a theory, it's active, and it's spreading. As tensions rise in the Pacific, this jet will be a big part of what keeps world leaders watching the skies. Number 4. KF-21 Boramae. The KF-21 Boramae isn't fully operational yet, but it's already being treated like the future of South Korea's air defense. This prototype fighter has officially taken to the skies, and more flight tests are lined up for the year. The timing isn't random. South Korea lives with the constant threat of the North, and having a jet like this ready could shift the balance. You might assume they don't need such firepower with US support behind them, but they clearly don't plan on relying forever. Designed to replace older models like the F-4 and F-5, the KF-21 blends modern radar systems, updated avionics, and multi-role capabilities in a cost-effective frame. Though it's not technically a full 5th-gen jet, it's aiming for that level. The partnership with Indonesia helped push this project forward, and the end goal is clear: independence in the skies. Once approved, this jet could easily become the backbone of South Korea's air fleet, and that means it's going to matter. Number 3. Saab JS-39 Gripen. Sweden doesn't build fighter jets for show. They build them to work. The Saab JS-39 Gripen reflects that mindset perfectly. Lightweight, multi-role, and incredibly responsive, this aircraft is the backbone of the Swedish Air Force. And while Sweden's known for staying out of global drama, their Gripen doesn't stay in the hangar. It's export-friendly, battle-ready, and packed with just enough stealth and speed to make you regret underestimating it. Originally held back by strict arms export laws, the Gripen eventually made its way into air forces across the world, thanks to Sweden easing those restrictions. It's quick to launch, easy to maintain, and equipped with electronic warfare tools that make it a threat in almost any theater. Despite being less flashy than some 5th-gen jets, it punches well above its weight in combat scenarios. The Gripen proves that you don't need to be the biggest or most expensive to make an impact. You just need to be built right, fly smart, and never fall behind. Number 2. Sukhoi Su-57 Felon. The Su-57 is another entry in Russia's long-standing tradition of building multi-role jets that don't mess around. And it's just awesome. Originally unveiled in 2010, this fighter took over a decade to fully enter service. That delay wasn't ideal, but Russia now has a craft capable of aerial dominance, ground attack, and maritime strike all rolled into one. The Su-57 combines stealth features, advanced avionics, and internal weapon bays with serious super maneuverability. It's not as radar invisible as the F-35, but that's not its only trick. It's fast, hard-hitting, and incredibly agile, which is exactly how Russia likes its frontline aircraft. With electronic warfare systems and a huge weapons payload, this fighter doesn't need perfection to be dangerous. Russia's been slowly increasing production, and while the fleet's still small, it's growing. If the Su-57 proves as reliable as they claim, it'll become a major part of their military strategy in the years ahead. Because when something can do this many roles at once, it earns its place faster than Flash. Number 1. Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. The F-22 Raptor is the kind of jet that rewrote the rulebook. Lockheed Martin developed it as the first true 5th-generation fighter, and even today, it's a nightmare for anything that shows up on radar if it ever does. The US built it for air superiority, but gave it ground attack and electronic warfare tools just in case. Introduced in 2005, the Raptor was so ahead of its time, other countries had no answer for it. The US planned to make hundreds, but cost overruns and changing priorities cut production short. Less than 200 were ever built. That doesn't make it weak. It just makes every one of them more valuable. With thrust vectoring, stealth, and a kill-first mentality, the F-22 can outclimb, outturn, and outshoot almost anything in the air. It may be getting older, but the US plans to fly it until the 2030s, and until its replacement shows up, the Raptor still owns the sky silently, confidently, and without compromise. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.